Hi guys, DevilHunterXYZ, and this is a movie review on the Purge Anarchy. I first came to this movie with expectations that it was going to be better than the first movie, and well, I guess also a lot of people who saw it the first day it came out the same way too. They all expecting it was going to be better. And for the most part, I really think it was better. I mean, it kind of did fill in the needs for the people, and the original Purge kind of set the bar of its franchise, and then this sequel, I believe, it actually rose above it and did a lot better. So let's go take a look. All right, for the summary of the movie, it's pretty much how we expect it. It's this group of people trying to survive another annual purge. But this movie kind of focuses on three groups. You have the mother-daughter group, Eva and Kaylee. They're just trying to survive in their house. They just started in their house and then end up getting entangled in this whole gang thing. You have a couple, Shane and Liz. Their car gets broken down just minutes before the purge, so now they're roaming the cities trying to survive. And then you have a police sergeant, Leo, and he's actually taking part in the purge. He's trying to get revenge off of a guy who killed his son in a car accident. I mean, and also there's a lot of stuff happening throughout the purge. You have government officials who are secretly taking part in the purge, known as the Death Squad, and they're basically trying to rid the cities of any poor people, trying to reduce the population. And then you also have the rich society trying to hire gangs, and the gangs kind of retrieve the people so that the rich society can still take part in the purge. And then you also have a resistance movement that is trying to fight against the purge. They're going against the injustice that's happening around the country. Anyway, this whole movie kind of starts to escalate when Leo starts driving through the city, and he ends up encountering Eva and Kaylee getting captured by the Death Squad, and like seconds before they got executed on sight, Leo comes up and manages to save them. And at the same time, Shane and Liz manage to meet up with Leo, so they all form like a huge pack and just try to survive through the city, going from block to block, taking shortcuts and whatnot. And they end up going to Eva's friend and try to, like a small apartment complex, just trying to be safe. And well, they thought it was safe at first, but it turns out that the friend's daughter was also taking part of the purge and ends up attacking the family. So obviously the group had to escape out of that. And pretty much at that point, they're just trying to escape and just keep surviving as long as possible. But unfortunately, the whole gang gets captured by one of the hired gangs from the rich society, and they end up taken to some kind of place, and some kind of bidding place where they get these rich people just bidding to take part in the purge. And then pretty soon the whole group is taken into this battleground, this kind of indoor, forest battleground thing, and they're trying to survive. And of course, Leo, with his skills as a policeman, manages to take most of them out. But unfortunately, the rich society calls them for backup, and well, so it always seems like it was hopeless until the point when the resistance group managed to storm through the building and actually take out most of the rich people. And unfortunately, Shane gets killed in the firefight because he was kind of getting wounded at that point anyway. And then Liz decides to take part with the resistance, kind of help fight against it. And then anyway, we kind of cut towards it was like early morning hours. There's like 5 minutes left of the purge, and Leo, along with Eva and Kaylee, they managed to count up with the guy that Leo was trying to get. And of course, Eva and Kaylee are trying to they're just trying to beg him not to do it, not to get his hands with revenge. And in the end, Leo, he breaks into the house. He was at gunpoint, point blank. He could have killed him, but he ends up letting him go. And as he walks off, Leo gets gunned down by the leader of the Death Squad, who'd been chasing him all throughout the night. And right as he's about to get shot, the man that Leo was hunting actually saves him. And pretty much right before the rest of the Death Squad was about to take care of them, the alarm goes off and the purge was over, so there was no point continuing anymore. So pretty much in the last few minutes, you see the whole group just taking Leo to the hospital, saying that they survived another night, and then kind of get that credit saying that they survived this year's purge and then another 364 days till the next one. Well, for the pros, there are a couple of things. For one thing, the whole Purge concept felt more expanded here as opposed to the last one. The last movie felt more just like a home thriller, so it could have just been a movie by itself without having the Purge context. But for this one, I mean, they actually upped it, show more of the city, and show more of the people, kind of showcasing more of the whole chaotic nature that's going on throughout this whole movie. And another thing is the violence. It's really been upped from the last movie. I mean, here we see gangs and other gangs. We see the rich society. We see government officials. It's almost like everyone is just killing one another. It gets pretty outrageous. There's really a lot of violence throughout this entire movie. Alright, for cons, there are a couple of them. One being the whole horror thriller element. It felt a little bit downplayed in this movie as opposed to the first. I mean, the first one was obviously like a home thriller, so it was. I mean, it was a little bit more fearful, but not by much. I mean, it was more like jump scares, which was kind of the cheapest way to produce fear. But this movie, though, was almost like borderline actiony. Um, I mean, I would say this kind of reminded me of the movie 12 Rounds. I mean, it was like half terrifying, half action. So I don't know. I mean, it didn't really fear too much about this movie. Just some jump scares every now and then, but it just felt a little bit downplayed. And then the second one, to be honest, I just didn't really like the ending. It just felt too cliche. I mean, you kind of felt like you knew it was gonna happen. He was gonna not kill the guy, and everything was gonna be happy, and and obviously his rival was gonna actually help him out. So it was pretty predictable how it was gonna end. Even though he was sought revenge this whole time, in the end, his enemy was gonna help him out. So I mean, I kind of wish they went with a different ending, or maybe something that kind of led us towards to the next film if you're ever going to make one. Well, overall, I say this movie is pretty decent. It's pretty much how I expect, and I guess also a lot of people not the same way. Um, I've been hearing that this movie should have been what the first Purge movie should have been, showcasing the whole city with the violence and chaos everywhere. And who knows, maybe if they're going to make a third movie, they can further expand on that. I also do like the whole conspiracy thing with the government officials and then the whole resistance movement going against the purge. I mean, it kind of creates a feeling of suspense, kind of creating cliffhangers on what the next film might be. And who knows, maybe it could be even better than this movie. But for here, I would give this movie a final score of 6.5 out of 10. It's an above average movie, did better than the first Purge. I still say it's not necessary to watch this movie, but if you're curious as to find out what the first Purge movie should have been, I would say it's worth a watch. This is DevilHunterXYZ, and until next time.